Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy United Bouldercrash. Now, just like Magnus, who I reviewed previously, this is one of those Infernac universe guys, which are basically Inhumanoids or Rock Lords. Basically, these are like rock vehicles. And well, these can turn into weapons or armor for other figures. And for this guy can actually form a really huge sword for someone. But yeah, we'll take a look at that later. Because for now, of course, we've got the box to look at. So of course, we've got the standard Legacy packaging. So of course, Infernac Universe Bouldercrash. Still have no idea what Infernac means, but okay. Here we got him in his, I guess, bike mode. Inside with the same vehicle mode right there. This side we got one half of the, I guess the mural. Of course, 40 years of Transformers. Of course, we got Magmatron, which I'm really excited to get because I did recently get the previous Legacy Commander class, which I'm going to be reviewing soon. So, yeah, get ready for that. The back, we got him in both modes. Well, I guess 3 modes, because of course, he can also form a sword. Because he's one of the armorizers. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for the box. And that box went flying. Well, taking a look at the figure. Well, he's a rock bike. Although this has 3 wheels, so I guess I guess this is a tricycle actually. But yeah, this is some sort of motorcycle just made out of a rock for some reason. But I mean, Transformers has done weirder stuff, so. But looking at this, I love how this looks. I mean, I just love this rocky texture. Of course, I'm not a huge rock expert, so I can't say what this is. I'm pretty sure this actually is not a boulder texture as per the name, so yeah, I don't know. If anything, this actually reminds me of Magmar from the Rock Lords, just with the colors. But well, for the details, of course, we've got the front, which is meant to be the bike cockpit. I guess this is meant to be the seat, although, of course, we've got what's meant to be the blade for the sword mode, so I would not recommend sitting on this. Got some hints of red, so I guess there's meant to be like some magma seeping out of this, so yeah. Again, I do not recommend sitting on this if this was real. Got the 3 wheels, so again, this is more of a motor trike, if that's even real. Some more red paint, which looks really nice. Got this bit sticking out, which, of course, that's for the sword mode. Underneath, not really anything to talk about there. And of course, we got the actual blade, which is painted really nicely. I mean, just look at that. That is really nice to look at. And of course, this can flip out for the sword mode. And, well, I guess here's the sword mode. But this can also be a battle mode if you want. Like, he's really out to stab someone. I mean, hey, if Magnus can have a battering ram, so can this guy. This guy can just have a rolling stab mode. Like, someone's in his way, he can just roll up and stab them. So, yeah. Just flipping this back. Oops. Just sort that. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is not intentional. Like, this is more for the sword mode, but yeah, this, if you want, this can be a fan mode. But you know what? Let's actually talk about the sword mode. So, yeah, to get him into the sword mode, well, you don't pop this off, but you just flip the blade around, and that's it. And that's the sword mode. And thanks to this peg, he can be held by pretty much everyone. So, we'll bring in our previous victim here, Bumblebee. And if he can actually stand for us, he can actually hold the sword. Although, I'd argue this is more intended for Voider and Lita figures, but he can hold the sword, although I'm pretty sure this is actually going to weigh him down. But if you want, he can hold this. But yeah, he's not going to be able to hold it, but Luxes can hold this. But you know what? Let's bring in a figure who's actually big enough to hold this. Let's bring in one of my favorite figures. My man Grimlock. And he holds it with no issues. And that's pretty much it for the sword mode. I mean, of course, Grimlock doesn't really have a sword. I'm pretty sure the comic version is going to fix that, but I guess you can use this as a substitute if you want. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for his armorizer gimmick. He doesn't split apart because, of course, this is a core class figure. But at least it's more than what Vertebrate did, because like she was meant to be a fossilizer, but she didn't really do anything aside from just be a small skeleton robot. At least this guy still has a bit of a like this guy still is a part of the armorizer gimmick by forming a sword. So yeah. And if we get more core class armorizers, I hope they form more stuff like shields and all that. I think that would be cool. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode, so let's move on to the transformation. And to start off, well, of course, the transformation starts off with flipping out the blade, but if you saw, sometimes flipping out the blade, I popped this off by accident, but we got a parts forber. Yes, you do have to take this off, but well, this does form I guess a knife weapon. So it's weapons parts forming, so I don't know. But this does pop off, so if you I'm not gonna be surprised if we see this figure on like I can't speak, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see this figure on the aftermarket in like 5 years with the weapon missing. So yeah, like after popping this off, we're just going to untab the legs from this pole section. Move the legs down and straighten them out. Try and rotate the waist around. Like the pole does get in the way, but can maneuver it. There we go. So now I've got the legs all done. And tab the arms. Move them about halfway around. Rotate the entire front section 180 degrees. Finally get the arms tabbed in, like so. Move this front section down to form his chest. And then move the entire wheel section down. And here we have Bouldercrash in robot mode. And yeah, that's kind of a fun transformation, just the way that things twist and turn. Like, this entire section rotates around. I think that's pretty cool. And the resulting robot mode, I think, looks really cool. Like, the Infernac universe figures so far looks really cool. I mean, if you remember Magnus, he also looked kind of intimidating, so yeah. So, I don't know. If you want this to be an army builder, then go ahead. If you want it to be a separate character, then go ahead. Really, the sky's the limit over these rock dudes. So, yeah. I'm just having a 360. Well, this is why we got the big, I guess, wham moment, because he's got a freaking stick hanging out his ass. Almost like it's... No, I'm not going to make that joke, but... Well... Let's just say he's got kind of a huge stick up there. But... Of course, that's for the sword mode. But, well... I would say that this is actually kind of beneficial, because... Like, say you want to get this guy into some random pose... This thing actually acts as a third leg. I mean, sure, it's unwieldy. Like, this thing does look unwieldy, yes, but... Well, without it, he'll be toppling over by now, so... Yeah. Even if it does look like a... Well, you know... But still... He can pose with it and use it as a support, so, yeah... Or you can have it so he's like a little pet and Grandma can hold him. So if you want that, then go ahead. So you can have it so like someone's holding him as if like he's a small pet or something. And honestly, that's actually kind of adorable. Like, look at that. That's really cute. Come on. Dude, that is just so cute. Come on. So I'm not calling this a complaint, because he can even, in fact, he can even get him into a sitting pose like this. So yeah. And when standing normally, it can be ignored. So, yeah. Now, moving on to his weapon. Well, this actually plugs into his hand, like so. So I guess he can just, like, shiv people. So once again, bringing in our victim. You just, like, shiv someone. Like so. And well, that's pretty much most of what I have to say about this figure, so let's move on to the articulation. I guess if you wanted to, you could just plug this on to here for storage. So, yeah, if you don't want the weapon, then you can just plug this on to here. Although, yeah, this is probably going to make it a bit more back heavy, so, maybe not. Well, for this figure's articulation, head can go side to side. Of course, the arms can move. Can't really T-pose, although you can T-pose up to there. If you go any further, you'll pop the ball joint. It's got elbows which swivel. The waist can swivel, although, yeah, the stick does get in the way. You can kick forward. He's got knees. Can't really kick back. Swivel there. You can do the splits, and that's about it. It's a core class. Of course, it's not going to have huge levels of... of course, it's not going to be that posable, because it's a core class. And, yeah, it's pretty much all I've got to say about this guy. Complaints, I mean, the stick does look kind of awkward, but again, it can help in posing if you can ignore it. So, and even then, it's there because of the sword gimmick. And of course, the sword gimmick is there because he's an armorizer. So, I can look past that. Most of the stuff I can look past because it's a core class. I'm normally more forgiving with core class because it's a small figure with a smaller budget. Even though that recently leaked Cheetor looks a bit... but, well, still. So I'd say my biggest complaint is trying to get this popped on can be a bit awkward if it's not fully lined up. I know from experience, because sometimes trying to get this popped on is really, really fiddly. Like, if this is not lined up fully, then yeah, you're not gonna get this fully tabbed in. And it can pop off quite easily as well, so yeah. But still, I recommend this figure. Well, if you love the Armorizer figures like I do, then absolutely, because, well, these rock guys are just really cool looking. I mean, just look at the currently officially shown figures here. Of course, Shard has not been officially shown yet, so, but he also looks really like that. Shard looks amazing as well, but for the ones that we do have right now, they look amazing together. And I bet by the end of Legacy United, we're going to have a full-on team of rock figures, which hopefully can also combine into a huge rock combiner, as per the Junkyards and the Fossilizers. So, yeah. So, if you're a fan of the Infernac universe figures like I am, then absolutely, because, I mean, come on. It's a whole new character. You can just create any backstory you want with this guy. The sword mode looks really cool. So, yeah. So, this has been my review on Legacy United Bouldercrash. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.